Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy Doomsday video, and today I am playing something a bit different than what I've been playing lately. In the anticipation of Lurrus leaving the format very soon, I will be trying what I will want to try out once Lurrus is gone. Now, there's a caveat here, which is that Lurrus is presently not gone, which means I will be in a companion meta, and as such, whatever happens in this league might not be that sort of applicable or usable, but yeah, we'll see. So basically, what I want to try here is remain in the bug shell. I've added in Street Wraith because we aren't bound by the Lurrus clause anymore, and I did miss having two free cyclers in the deck, and I didn't want to go for a second Edge of Autumn because I think it's just too bad. Like, it is very good at what we want it to do, but pretty bad outside of that. And then I'm trying something a bit, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying one of Uru to complement these three cards as sort of anti-Delver tech in the main deck. And then I have another Uru and a couple of Okos to bring in post board. So yeah, it might be very bad. It might be, good enough. I don't really know. So we will see. And we probably won't want to jump to too many conclusions based on whatever happens in this league, because yeah, it's just not sort of it's hard to know what to think in this meta, which will be, I expect, completely different by this following Monday. And it'll be interesting to see what they do, right? Because Lurrus is gone, but if it's just Lurrus, if they ban him, or if they ban a couple of basically all the playable companions, so that would be Zerda and Garuda and Lurrus, or if they were to ban the mechanic itself. Okay, so the opponent has Lurrus. This Bayou makes this hand kind of unplayable, so let's mulligan. Yeah, let's keep this, and we can bottom the Oracle. Yeah, Scalding Tarn makes me think it's Delver. Oh, maybe not. Actually, it probably means it's Miracles, or Meowicles, as I have come to think of it lovingly. Let's preordain here. Let's bottom both of these. So if you're Miracles, do you just slam Counterbalance here? No, right? Caracas. What's this? Oh, I guess maybe you do. Wow. Yep, they had force pitching force, so counterbalance is in play. So I'm gonna cast this Petal to bait. Okay, because I think we pretty much lose if Brainstorm gets countered, and they revealed a 0 cost here. Okay, so so what we could do is put back Misty Rainforest and then Doomsday, and then we could next turn we could preordain into Doomsday and sack LED, but that kind of hinges on them not having a 0 or a 1 on top, or a 3, of course. But I think we may as well do that. Yeah. Let's go like this. So they're drawing Snow-Covered Island. And they play it. Are they just going to go for the Lurrus here? No, okay. They do not shuffle. My guess is they've put a 1 on top. Or drew a Brainstorm. Let's try to cast LED here. Okay. So I guess I want to try Preordain. They brainstorm in response, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, let's bottom the C and draw the Doomsday and hope for the best next turn. Sure. I think it's... Yeah, no. I was going to say, I think it's fairly possible we could get to a point where we get to resolve Doomsday, but then can't win. But I think if we do get to resolve Doomsday, I'll put an Abrupt Decay in my pile. I guess Duress is fine. I'm not going to cast it, though. Yeah, gonna hope this Doomsday resolves. My guess is they won't have too many 3-drops in the deck. If any. It would have to be like something like Council's Judgment or whatever. Oh, I messed up. I messed up big time. I should have fetched Bayou for the Decay. So let's say we draw like Decay and oh man, that's aggravating. That could easily, you know, be what costs me the match or the game at least. So because this adds a turn to whatever we want to be doing. So Bayou, Decay, and then what? Street Wraith, or actually probably Edge of Autumn, because life total will matter, as we'll be shipping the turn a few times. And we can put Thassa and Unearth as the last two. So basically, we will draw Bayou, we'll draw Decay, then we'll get the turn again, and we will decay the counterbalance, and we will like Duress and then Thassa, but then like edge into Thassa. But then the problem is if it doesn't work, if they have 2 answers for Thassa and our Duress, then they'll have Lurrus in play by then, and they'll get to replay a counterbalance. I still think I want to go for this though. So we'll drop to 7, they'll play Lurrus, then we'll give them the turn again, we'll drop to 2. And we'll have to go by then, so does that work? So pass it now, drop to 7, draw Bayou, drop to 5. Sorry, drop to 2, draw, no. Yeah, this whole thing with with not fetching Bayou, just I think put a nail in the coffin here. But let's see. Let's still draw Decay. At least, if nothing else, we'll. No, we won't even have enough time to decay Lurrus even, right? Because they get to beat us down to 7 now, and then play Lurrus. And then we get the turn and draw Decay. Then they get the turn, they beat us down to 2, and then it doesn't matter what we decay. So I think we're just like pretty much fresh out of luck here. They could be sitting on Plow or whatever. So I think actually, as pathetic as this ends up being, we probably have to put Decay and Bayou sort of on the bottom, and then draw Edge, then draw Unearth, then Edge into Thassa. Yeah. Yep. And that way we get beat by just about everything. So now if they don't go for the Lurrus beatdown plan, then I guess we could have piled it differently, but I don't think we can really play like that. And they'll bobble us, I guess, to see what's up. So let's just pass here, and we will hopefully be able to, win next turn. Though I doubt it, because we lose, aside from losing to them being able to manipulate the top of their deck to have a 1 and a 2 in the same turn, we also lose to them having Source to Plowshares, and we lose to them having like a counterspell, potentially, like some kind of counterspell. Okay, so they will see the Unearth, I think. Here comes Lurrus. Meow. So I guess this means they don't have knowledge of the top of their deck, right? Because they just drew 2 cards. Then again, what do you reveal? Land would obviously be preferable. Well, this means that if they put a 1 on top, it means that we, in brackets, only have to beat Force of Will. They could also put a 2 on top and feel like they were hedging. Okay, so there's Astrolabe. I mean, Force was pitched and they cast Force, but they likely are playing Force of Negation, and so I'm going to go ahead and assume that they have, another Force in hand, but I don't really see what other line of play we have here. Yeah, okay. They had drawn the 3rd Force. So I'm not saying we would have won with fetching the Bayou, because they had but I think we actually, the sad thing is we probably would have. Okay, so I don't know, does Miracles have a hard time playing against this card? I would probably assume so. Not sure about Uru, but I'm gonna try it. And we want the decays for the counterbalance. I think we want the extra land to be sure to make our land drops. I think Carpet of Flowers is probably really good. I think Veil of Summer is also pretty good. So that's 10 cards to bring in. So I'm not sure we want all of those. I think for sure we don't want all these Dark Rituals. I think probably we can cut a Petal. I think probably we can cut a couple of Doomsdays. I think probably we don't want the Baleful Strix. Maybe we cut a Therapy. I was gonna say Unearth works on Uru, but I guess if Uru is in your graveyard, you'd rather just escape it. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's cute. It says if it didn't escape, right? Yeah. Alright, so I think maybe we cut the last Dark Ritual too. I don't think this matchup is won by Dark Ritualing out of Doomsday. I feel like 3 decays are one too few against this deck because they have both like 3 to 4 counterbalance and Lurrus. Yeah, okay, let's keep this, even though it's land light. We both keep 7. And get the trop. Yeah, I think basically we will take both of these. Pass. Sure. So I think I'm going to brainstorm here and get rid of the Unearth probably and one of the 3 cards I draw. Yeah, let's dump the Unearth. Probably dump the Doomsday or the Oko. One of those, right? Maybe it's... No, I don't think we're ready for Doomsday. Let's play out the Astrolabe. I suppose there was a world where we weren't supposed to keep the Astrolabe. I think this will do nicely to fix our mana. Yeah, I don't hate getting to decay here. Okay, so they are pretty clearly holding a Pyroblast here. You know what, I think actually I like casting Preordain here and then getting my stuff, like if they Pyroblast, I guess I shouldn't have done that. I forgot that, I was gonna say I would, you know, veil the Pyroblast, and you can do that, but then you don't get the, you don't get to, what do you call it? You don't get to cantrip, which makes it a lot less appealing. So I think I'm going to take both of these actually. And I'm going to fire off a duress here. If they have Pyroblast, I would really like to get that out of their hand to make this Oko more of a reliable threat. Yeah, really? Force of Will on the Duress? I don't think I can get away from trying this. It'll likely eat some sort of, counterspell, but seriously. Well, that feels like a very favorable exchange. Whatever they're holding, they must have a really strong belief that it's gonna win them the game. So what the heck is it? Surely it's not just like a Pyroblast. So they see that we're drawing Misty Rainforest. I mean, if you're... Oh, it's Entreat. What? I guess they didn't know. They knew that, right? Ha! They're right, oops. Okay, well, I mean, that's good to know. So Entreat the Angel is in their hand. So I think I'm going to try this out and hope that they... Okay. So what's correct here? I guess... I guess I'll create a food token. I guess that's, I mean, so they didn't fetch out that volcanic. So it could have just, because like, when I saw it, I just immediately assumed that they were representing Red Blast. But they might just not have drawn it. And I think if they go counterbalance here, oh, never mind. I guess they go Oko. Lurrus. Yeah, that's, I mean, can't really do anything, and they get their bauble back. But now we have like just a bunch of options. We can actually, we can take their Lurrus. Oh man, never mind. I guess we will have to. So what we'll have to do here is minus the Oko to take their Lurrus. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's elk it, because then they'll bounce it, and then we can decay in response. Let's hope they don't draw into that Pyroblast. That's pretty much, I think, what this game hinges on right now. Oh no. Okay. But we will try this. Okay, they force, and we veil. And then we're sort of out of tricks here. Okay, super. They concede. Sweet. Do we change anything here? I don't think so, right? Is there anything that we really would like to have from the sideboard? I guess Baleful Strix is not the worst, just because it can, like, it can trade with an angel token. But yeah, I don't know, maybe like this. I don't think it makes a massive difference, and I'm not sure it even improves us. And yeah, we'll keep this. We can like go turn 2 Oko if we really wanted to, which is kind of cute off the pedal. They mulligan to 6. Okay. Target themselves. Didn't like what was on top. And I guess target me. Yeah, sure. Makes sense. So what do we draw that they know of? Yeah, Tropical Island. Could be worse. So let's just play this. It means getting down underneath the turn 2 counterbalance, and also makes them have to respect the potential veil. Okay, so what do you have here? That's kind of an annoying hand. If we bin the Red Blast, then Snapcaster Red Blast becomes a thing pretty quickly. If we bin the Red Blast, then they have to use Force on like a power play on our side. I guess they can just like draw a blue card, and then that's no longer the case. They would keep the Snapcaster. I think I'm gonna take the Red Blast. You know, just instinctually, that feels correct. Yeah, it's not the best. Just drawing lands here. Kind of feel like we're a bit sitting ducks. I guess they have a bunch of scary plays here. Meddling Mage, sure. I guess they name Abrupt Decay. Doomsday, okay. So I think we hymn them here. Okay. And we pass. So they missed the land drop last turn. They don't miss one here, and I guess they were just gonna go for Oko. Oh, sorry, for Lurrus. Guess not, or maybe, who knows? Yeah, They're just slamming, get that bauble value. It makes sense. Too bad. So I'm going to predict myself here. Just to cycle its name, Brainstorm. And we... That's aggravating. That's incredibly aggravating. So I feel like this game is going to be lost now, because we're just going to go so far behind on cards. But we are already so far behind on cards. We needed to get something that did something there, and not just lands. Okay, come on. Something one time. Yeah. Oh, no, I should have cycled. Okay, so they bend Edge of Autumn. Okay. Ponder is good if it can resolve. And it does resolve. Okay, these are all very good cards. So, yeah, let's go like this. And Brainstorm. Put back Basic Forest and Delta. Aye, that was a very good brainstorm. Oh, sorry, very good ponder. Let's just main phase kill this Lurrus here before I somehow, let them get to their main phase and play a Caracas and shit. Another meddling mage. So do I think I abrupt decay the first meddling mage. Just because if they name abrupt decay, it's super bad for us. This way, hopefully they'll just name like Doomsday again. Sure. That was a good draw. That means we can maybe get out like a potential like a Swords to Plowshares from them. Okay. Well, if they have swords, they have swords. At least we will like get to. Oh, hang on. Let's tap correctly here. Let's go like this so that we can both represent Veil and be able to cantrip. Okay. So, unless their last card is very good, I think... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they probably have, like, Snapcaster, so they could Snapcaster Red Blast. And it might just be enough. Oh, okay. I guess they want their Red Blast back. So you know what we're going to do? Oh, Force of Will. That's fine. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to unearth Uru. get the life, get the draw. Does that sound crazy? So actually, no, let's just go for it here. And we can escape with some lands. Okay, so they had the red blast. So let's do like this. We basically cycle the unearth. We get to make a land drop and get some life. Sure. Okay, so they have Force of Will in hand. So if we can draw a blue card here, we can actually get to power through and escape Uru. That's too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 11 cards in our graveyard. So we can actually escape him twice. I think I'm going to wait one more turn and see if I get to like a blue card in hand. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to wait anymore. Let's it just gets to come into play. So I guess they have plow. Okay. Maybe not. Why wouldn't you force that? Maybe you just think it's like it's going to get there eventually. So what does this do? It gets cute. So it gets him back. So what happens if I force this? The next turn they get to copy it and get a meddling mage back, but they'll get to do that next turn anyways. So I think I'm supposed to try and force this. And then if they have a blue card for it to match to their force, you know, it's decent exchange, I guess. Right. Okay, so their shields are down right now. That was a very good draw. I think I'm going to attack with Uru first. Nope. Let's make a food. Make the food. I guess I could have cast the second Uru just to cycle it and get lands. Sorry, get a life. Get the life total from it. Sure. So what do you get here? Meddling Mage, naming, I don't know, Abrupt Decay? Yeah. So when this... So... maybe I'm supposed to just steal Oko here. Oh, sorry, Lurrus? I'm not sure. So what's this? They have an answer for my creature, I feel. For the Uro? Or they have Snapcaster Mage, probably. Sure. So what do you take here? Do you take Oko or Uru? Okay. So yeah, I think I'm just supposed to swing in here, right? So who's winning here? I think I'm going to cycle this. To keep, yeah, I'm going to keep the one that's already there. Sure. Do I want to escape him just to draw a card? I mean, I guess so. Oh, hang on, actually. Yeah, let's do it. No, let's not do it. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's not do that because this way we get to keep open force. Which I guess they also have an open force if they don't use any mana. So the card I'm worried about most, I think, has to be, what do you call it? Entreat the Angels. They shuffle. Ooh, Caracas. That was good for them. I guess that was what they were looking for. Maybe I was supposed to force that. Yikes. So I think we might be losing now. Okay, I guess they forget about Caracas. This is a legend, right? Yeah. Or maybe they just really want to keep, like, protect their Lurrus. Is that it? They know they have Meddling Mage on Abrupt Decay. Let's go like this. And then let's predict Doomsday. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Let's go like this. And then like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. I'm also losing on the clock here. Okay, let's pass. Okay, so there's an entreat. So I'm going to force that. The problem with entreat is that they have Mystic Sanctuary. I go like this. So I think now we have to hope they don't have a blue card to pitch to that force. They do. That's unfortunate. We have to draw exactly force of will here, but we didn't. I guess go like this. Shuffle. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm digging for like the Oko, my last Oko, but I don't think it matters. We were dead both on board and on the clock, I think. Okay, let's attack with Uru here. Let's get 3 life here. I'm going to keep him. And pass. So that's 16. So we get 18, 20, 23, and we can do like this. And then we can go eat the food. No. Can I sacrifice this? Yeah, like that. Oh, it costs to? This is the first time playing with food. Okay, so I guess I'm out, because I can't fetch any lands. Oh, dang, that was a fun game. I don't think I played very well. I'm not sure about some of the plays my opponent made either, but interesting. I thought that was interesting. So I'm going to jump into another match here. Hopefully it won't be as long. I think I need to learn to play a bit faster. So, wow, a lot happened in that match. This was a match where the first game I Doomsdayed and forgot to fetch Bayou instead. I fetched Underground Sea, making the whole Abrupt Decay on counterbalance not a thing. Oh well. They show no companion. Okay, I'll keep this. And I want to actually open up a new sheet on my record spreadsheet here. So they mulligan to 6. Okay. So I think Preordain here is the safe bet. And probably we will take one land here. Yikes. So let's say like this. Let's do like this. Let's say miracles. Loss. May. Lurrus. Okay. Uh-oh, is this Eldrazi? Or elves, maybe? Oh, it's that Cephalid breakfast deck. Yikes, I'm not too thrilled about playing against that deck, to be honest. Sure. It has like a lot of pretty annoying interaction, like days and stuff. So I'm gonna do this and put back one of the lands. Two of the lands, I think. I think weirdly this Abrupt Decay might actually end up being pretty decent for us. Seeing as we can like if they, so basically we can kill whatever part of their combo they have in play when they deploy the other part. So if they have like, what is this called? This is the Nomads, right? And then they have the other guy, the Cephalid thing, the combo piece. So if they have one of those in play and they play the other one, we can decay in response and at least sort of, and they can't do anything about that unless they're playing Veil, which I don't think they are. They might be. Aether Vial is just never a pleasant card to play against. Wow, okay, another Vial. So let's brainstorm here. and probably set up predict. So what, I guess we can sort of stand to not have one of these lands in play. So I will predict away the Bayou. I'll do it now, just in case they have something like Spell Pierce or whatever. Yeah, let's just pass. So I guess our defense is down in terms of the Abrupt Decay right now. So if they are able to go for it, like if they can go Cephalid Illusionist or whatever it's called now, and protect it with Force of Will, and we lose. So maybe that was a bit too loosely played by me. I guess they don't even need to protect it with Abrupt Decay. They have the Aether Vial. Wow, this was super poorly played by me. Yep. Well, hopefully this means that they don't have it, and then they're just really digging for it, and they shuffle on the Ponder. Okay. Oh no, here we go. So if I had kept open Decay Mana, I would have decayed this in response. So let's just have them show us some more of their deck. Okay, so they're spamming it now. Would be nice to know if they have like Veil of Summer or whatever, but even if they don't show it here, I'm sure they could have it in the sideboard. Force and Daze. There's the Dread Return. Okay, so I am going to concede here. What have they seen out of? So they might not know that we're on Doomsday. The Petal makes is a pretty big giveaway, I think, and the Predict means like we're not Ant. Okay, so we want Surgical Extraction for sure. We want Veil of Summer, I think. Maybe some more Decays. So we don't want Baleful Strix. I don't think we want Uru. I think we can cut a Petal. Maybe we're supposed to cut Therapy now that we have no creatures. I guess Astrolabe is okay, but not amazing. It's okay for us to have some way to fix the mana. We're bringing in more green spells, but we do have 2 fetchable green sources. Maybe I'll cut 1 Astrolabe. And maybe I'll cut like 1 Dark Ritual, because again, they have Force and Daze. I don't really feel like powering it out like that. But we're still like all in on the Doomsday combo here, so, and with Veil of Summer, I guess Dark Ritual is not the worst card. Alright. Yeah, I guess we keep this. And hope to get somewhere. Nah. Let's not take these. Sure. So what do you take here? The decay breaks up your combo, but outside of that, it's probably the worst card in the hand. So if I'm them, I'm probably taking... Okay. I guess that makes sense, because, like, the blue cards are sort of, like, kind of redundant here. That's interesting. Let's see if... I'd kind of be happy if they daze here. They don't. So I guess I don't hate getting the second land, or the third land as it were. So what I might do is brainstorm at the end of their turn and then set up predict. Right, that's fine. That can get the one of the combo pieces, the equipment that equips for 0. Okay, I guess it just gets Batter Skull. Oh, hang on. Yeah, seeing as we're not under more pressure, like if they had like cast the Illusionist here, I would be like more scared. Let's do like this. That way we can cast. Okay. I guess let's put back Polluted Delta and Trop. And we'll draw Trop and then Oh no, actually, let's predict now. Before they get to untap and snag it with like a Pierce or something annoying. So Polluted Delta. That was pretty good, right? So that's potentially like Doomsday next turn, but possibly even winning, depending on what the next card that we draw is. Okay. Cavern is good. They don't shuffle. Yep. Okay, so I think we have to try to go off now, but I think we can actually. I think we can win with what we've got. So let's say we do like this, and then we go Dark Ritual, Veil of Summer, then a bunch of Dark Rituals. I guess we potentially lose. Well, no, I think we lose to 2 Force of Wills. But if they have 2 Force of Wills, that means because their last card is Batter Skull, it means we aren't dead next turn. Anyways, so we cast Veil, and we double Dark Ritual. So cast Veil off Bayou, double Dark Ritual off Underground Sea. Then we Doomsday, 2 black floating. We then tap Trop to draw into Predict. We tap last underground seed and one of the black floating to predict, and then we win like that. So I think that works. Okay, so we can potentially lose to like surgical extraction here. So how do we most safely play around that? So we preordain to predict. We predict Thassa's Oracle. We draw Unearth and a blue card to pitch to Force of Will. And then we'll have like 1 mana floating. So I think, so that plays around surgical on Thassa. It doesn't play around surgical, you know, messing up the pile. But I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so predict, then Thassa, then then Unearth, then Force, and let's just put Surgical as the bottom card, so they only think they have to play around 1 Surgical. So Preordain's predict Thassa, draw, Unearth, Force. Yeah. So we put Surgical on the bottom, then Unearth, Force of Will, Thassa. All right. Sweet. Okay. Man, this matchup feels pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. Because of Cavern and Vial, it just means we are very poorly protected with Force of Will. I think honestly our best bet is to, well, a pretty good bet is to win by surgical extracting a key component of their combo. So if they flip over Thassa early and then keep going until they hit like Therapy and then Narcomoeba, we can like get their Thassa. Or we can get like Dread Return. That is pretty likely, but that doesn't mean that they have lost, and they might just randomly kill us with like, I don't know, like this motley crew of beaters. I kind of feel bad about boarding out a discard spell against them, but maybe we can find room for that somehow. What's our blue count here? 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, 19 with Thassa. So I don't really want to cut any blue cards. No, I think I'm happy with this constellation, to be honest. You could say that cutting a Decay might be good, but at the same time, I think Decay was pretty good there. Okay, this is a fine hand. It's kind of missing not cantrips, but like our combo, but it has pretty much everything else we could want. We're also missing green mana to cast Veil, but hopefully, you know, the Preordains can get there. Vial is annoying. I'm not going to force it. So seeing as Duress can't take like their creatures. I'm not going to duress right now. So in a way, I don't want both of these. In a way, I just want the surgical, but I don't want to get. Don't want the surgical to get discarded next turn. So I'm gonna draw the ponder and then draw surgical. So how does this work if you're them and you have like how does it work if you have like the Dread Return in hand? I guess you have to therapy yourself. Yeah. Okay, so we did get discarded here. So there is a risk that they have surgical and they can't resist like going take ponder, surgical ponder, in which case we get 2 for 1 and we lose the surgical we've tucked away on top. But I think still it's better to play it like this. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so now I just really want to find like a green producing land. Neither of those do it. Okay, so I'm gonna duress. I could ponder, but I'm not getting to play a green land anyways, so duress will be fine here. Sure. I would actually be okay with something like them dazing us here. Rather that than them hiding daze on top and then us dying next turn because our surgicals get dazed. Okay. So, a fairly unimpressive hand. They can cheat out the nomads here and then they can like draw, I guess, their combo piece, but then I'm not sure how they're beating double. Actually, you know what? Because Thassa's in their hand, that's actually pretty cool. Because Thassa's in their hand, and now they get to take up Vile to 2, they can win by just like decking themselves and then playing Thassa, if they only play one Thassa. Yeah, alright. The beats are real, man. So they have 3 cards in hand. One of them is an unknown. Yep, this works. So do I actually just go for it here? Like Thoughtseize their Thassa and surgical it? Well, we're gonna Thoughtseize. So what's this? Okay. 2-mana creature. I guess Thassa to save it? Or maybe they have their combo, but why didn't they just go off then? Right, okay. I guess they could just kill us with like 3 damage a turn. I'm dropping down to 17 here. Daze. Their hand is Narcomoeba and Tundra now, right? I think I'm just not going to pay for this Daze. I guess the most scary thing right now is actually them going like Stoneforge into Batterskull or something. Okay. Let's do it like this. I'm not liking all these Thoughtseizes now, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I will get to fetch away this Thoughtseize, I think. That's my plan. And the LED. And I'll just pass. And hope to just draw like Doomsday now. What I wouldn't give for like an Uru right about now, right? So I wonder if they play 2 copies of this. They shuffle. I really hope they go for the, like they find the Illusionist and go for the combo here, honestly. Because I think I'm just probably dead to these beaters. Like, I fetch, drop to 14, take 4. Drop to 10, and then if I Doomsday, I drop to 1. Or like, I drop to 5, but yeah. So did they find it? They did. Okay, interesting. Now this gets interesting. Do they try to win on the spot here? Okay. And now I really have to be sure about what I'm doing here. Okay. Let me bring this out. This is their graveyard. There's an Archamoeba. So if they are sort of careless about this, we might be able to win by them decking themselves. Since they're doing this, you have to assume they have... I guess they don't have to have a second Thassa, right? Because they can just find Therapy eventually and sack Thassa and then Dread return it. There's the Dread return. There's a Force. They only have 1 card in hand, right? There's another Force. No therapies so far. So what do you do here? Okay, yeah, sure. Just keep doing. So I think eventually, once they hit their therapy and cast it, we will veil. So if I'm them, I probably therapy now. Hope I didn't miss anything here, but I think so. They are going to therapy, And we are going to Veil. I forgot to fetch. I should have fetched. I knew the LED was there. That was bad. That was pretty terrible. Okay. So what do you do now if you're them? Do you just wait a turn? Because you have to respect that I probably have Force of Will or something, right? And if you keep going, does Force of Will on your Dreader turn just not end you? I guess they're just plowing on here. If they have a way to blink this that I'm not considering, what does this blink? Delta that instead. Parental combat damage. So they have 6 cards in their library. 3 cards in their library. What's the plan here? I'm not seeing a second Thassa. Maybe they have it in hand? Maybe that's their card in hand? That'd be pretty sick. Okay, now what? I feel like I'm getting gotten here, you know? So this will mill their final 3 cards. Let's see what they are. Narcomoeba and Cabal Therapy. Sure. Okay, so now they have to Cabal Therapy. They're like sacking their Thassa. At that point, I will surgically extract Thassa. And that should win us the game. I could also wait for them to cast, what do you call it, Dread Return, but there's no real point. No other Thassas? Okay, sweet, we got there. That was interesting. How has this already taken so long? Whenever I record a league, I just kind of wish when I start that it won't take, you know, a very long time. Just because I'm doing this on these recordings on sort of my evenings off, and it's nice to not, you know, be sitting with a headset on and just grinding written recording and not really being able to do anything else. So, like, I like making good videos. I like playing good Magic, you know, and not just facing like Black-Red Reanimator for 5 rounds and having the matches go like 10 minutes to each. But every now and then it's nice when a match doesn't like get into the 40-minute territory. All right. All right. Let's see what we're up against. We lose the die roll. And they are the Zerda deck. Yeah, I think 2 discard spells is like hopefully good enough. So let's see what they zero powder. Okay. So they've lost a walking ballista. Interesting. Be happier if it was Karn the Great Creator that got exiled. Okay, and now they zero powder again. So two out of their 3 walking ballistas are gone. So that means it is, you know, a decent likelihood that that they will have to go through Big Karn. Oh, sorry, Karn the Great Creator, I guess. Okay, so we might just be dead, though. If they have, like, an action card here, they can then, you know, they can play the action card, and then they can LED out the Zerda. I guess they didn't have the mana for the action card. Meanwhile, we draw Doomsday, which is good. So, okay. Right. So now they have nothing really. They have a great furnace, and I guess next turn, if you're them, they reveal Doomsday. That's annoying, because, I mean, if we would have revealed Ash Relay Ponder or Misty Rainforest, that's just, you know, a lot better. But okay, so they don't have infinite mana, but they can play out their cat, fox, whatever. Or, you know, the most scary thing is if they got, like, Karn, I think, or Mystic Forge. Okay. So they have 2 unknowns. That was good. That was a good draw. So, having drawn that, I can't really afford to play out Ponder here, so I'm going to Astrolabe and hopefully get to a point where I can Doomsday next turn. Well, that's good. So do we want a Therapy here? Is there anything... So they might be sitting on like a Karn. Or a Mystic Forge, I guess. Let's try, say, Karn the Great Creator. Bullseye. Wow, that was fortunate. Hopefully this will leave them completely crestfallen and distraught, and we can Doomsday for the win next turn. Okay, so we can't Doomsday for the win exactly, but we can Doomsday and pass, and be at a pretty good spot. Okay, so let's take Predict here. Then we even have the possibility to edge into Predict next turn to, or on their turn if for some reason we would need to force twice. So we Predict away Thassa. I guess if we do that, it's kind of awkward because then we draw Thassa. So, but I don't expect for that to be necessary. So Predict away Thassa, draw Unearth, and Dress, and I guess last one I guess doesn't really matter. We even have the mana here. Let's make it a Yeah, let's make it a force will. Doesn't matter. So we will put. I guess actually, the duress is kind of pointless here because we don't have mana to cast it. So let's put duress on the bottom, force, then unearth, then Thassa, then predict, and pass. So things we want to force of will here would be walking ballista, I think. Even though no, they couldn't make it big enough. But anyways, so they just concede. What do we want here? You know what? Now that we're not playing Lurrus and Baubles anymore, is there some world where we want to consider Null Rod in the sideboard, just in case Zerda becomes like a really big thing? I know it has very poor synergy with these 4 cards, but we can build Doomsday to win without these 4 cards post board. In any way, or in any case. I guess I don't hate Decays. I also don't really hate Oko. Just because we can like I guess we can't really do anything about the really problematic cards like Karn the Great Creator and Mycosynth Lattice. We can like Elk and a Mystic Forge, I guess. I'm not sure about going this route here, but let's try. We don't want the Uro, and we can lose the Baleful Strix. I guess even though Therapy was an amazing card against them here, I think I'll try and dump it here. I guess we don't want like stuff like Veil, Carpet, of course not. Surgical maybe because they're on LEDs, so maybe they're on like Auriok Salvagers or some Graveyard Shenanigans, but possibly it's probably just not good enough. Fatal Push on Ballista doesn't really work because it'll already be in play and be really big probably. So yeah, let's try this. Yeah, this seems pretty decent. Doomsday would be awesome, but short of that, it's not the worst, right? No serum powders this turn at time, it seems. They mulligan to 6 though. Mistras Bauber. LED, sure. Okay. So I'm gonna Thoughtseize them here. So do we go for the actual payoff card or the engine card? I think we go for Karn here. Karn's just way scarier. Okay. So next turn we can go for Astrolabe and Preordain. I guess that's pretty decent. So there's a Bauble. So they have Cedar Traders, Basalt Monolith, and a Bauble. And we're not gonna mess with Basalt Monolith. Like, we're not gonna force will it. Yeah, you can have Basalt Monolith. If they sack LED to play Zerda, I will fight over her. I think. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, now we will, because yeah, we can't afford to have Zerda come into play because the card they have in their hand could be like payoff, and they're going to draw another card off of Bauble here. But I guess they're pretty far away from actually casting her. They would need to LED. If they LED Zerda, then we can just decay her. But then we don't need for it to be like right then and there. Let's get Tropical Island here and Preordain. And yeah, I kind of want both of these cards. So alright, so if they sack their hand to LED to get her out, I will gladly let that happen. Now it's a bit scary. If they can go for like Mystic Forge here, then we will have to force, I think. So, what's the argument for not playing Oko here? It's to keep open Decay, right? But Decay only really works if they don't have a payoff spell or a business spell in hand. So let's say, for argument's sake, that they are able to cast Zerda next turn without cracking a lady, and then keep having 3 cards in hand, you know, their draw step and stuff included. Then Decay won't do enough because Basalt Monolith will just go infinite with Decay on the stack. So I think we have to we'll go like this and hope that the Force of Will is enough to protect us on their turn, and then we should be able to. I mean, we could also Elk the Monolith right now. That's actually also not the worst, right? Then Oko goes to 5, and then goes to 2. Then we can Elk our own thing here. I actually like doing like this because I kind of put value in having the Astrolabe, to be honest. Maybe I shouldn't. Now I'm having second thoughts. Okay, if we just get the turn here, I feel very good. Second LED, sure. Okay, let's yeah, let's Elk this and pass. Do they go for Oko? This is where Oko is stupid, that it ticks up doing this stuff. Yeah, let's just make our food token into an Elk, and tell you what we can do here. We can play this out so we can hardcast Force, or we can use Dark Ritual to pitch to Force of Will even if we wanted to brainstorm on the same turn. I think I was supposed to brainstorm end up turn there, but I just forward. Yeah, let's Thoughtseize. Let's take the Basalt Monolith. And let's brainstorm now. Let's put back a couple of these rituals. Fetch now, because I apparently have a tendency to forget to fetch, like witnessed in the last match. Yeah, let's just, I think our mana is fixed enough that we don't need the Astrolabe anymore. So I think next turn I might just hardcast Street Wraith. They've been kind of crapped on by their deck, I think, because they have not been able to create the mana to actually cast this without sacking their hand. Okay, looks like they drew something. They were pausing here to think things over. Oh, that we were on their upkeep. Never mind. Yikes. Let's create a food. Let's attack. And this might actually, you know what? If I use this Dark Ritual, I can cast Street Wraith and keep Open Decay, which I think probably is preferable in this instance. Just because I would hate myself if I somehow lost next turn, because I didn't have Decay open. Okay. This does feel rather silly with Oko. So now they can only tap one of their Ancient Tombs. So this should really pretty certainly lock this up. Sure. Sure. So they have two unknowns. Yeah, I can't tap both those tombs. Mystic Forge. So if we force this, they can't cast the Fox without binning their last card. And they have access to 1 mana. So I think we're supposed to force this. Alright, cool. So that was Zerda. We won. It was May, and it was a Zerda deck. Oh, we got instant queued. I didn't even notice. Alright, let's choose to be on the play. Jace the Mind Sculptor ST. I remember this username from way back when. Yeah, let's keep this. And they're on Lurrus. I'm gonna go ahead and guess they're on Lurrus Delver. I seem to remember this username being something I sort of associated with Delver decks. So I'm actually going to risk it here and not play around Wasteland. Let's bottom the Preordain and draw the Underground Sea. Bayou Lurrus. Okay, so you see this hand. What do you think is up? You probably think some sort of control deck, right? Ooh, Unearth. Right, okay. So I feel like brainstorming, to be honest. And this Uru is a little bit awkward because of no green mana, but okay, so let's put back Brainstorm and the Island. I think probably I should have put back Thought Ponder, but never mind. Ponder is a card I don't want discarded. So what are we up against here? It's a Lurrus deck, so okay, I get just Bug Delver. So what are we most afraid of here? So it's definitely not Tarmogoyf. I think it is. Oh, this is tough. Because our hand is actually looking like something that might want to, like, go toe-to-toe with them. In which case, Dark Confidant is, like, we really want that off the table, but Brainstorm's just, oh. Actually, we're going to take Dark Confidant because they opened on the Bayou, so they can't really Brainstorm next turn. Not profitably, anyways. So I guess they go for the Tarmogoyf, sure. So I think what I'm going to do here is go like this, and then Baleful Strix, and then Ponder afterwards. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, we want all of these. And basically we will forego the Beats by Dre creature plan here. So what we're really hoping to avoid is for him to go like into Wasteland, like Wasteland into Wasteland here. Oh no, oh no, never mind, it's not Mishra's Bauble. Okay, so they have two unknowns now. So I think we Brainstorm here. Right. We can just go for it, right? We put back Uru and Force. And then we go... No, we can't, because we'll be a card short. Okay, let's... So what... So they brainstormed and then they fetched. Yeah, right. So I guess let's put back, Uru and Doomsday. I already regret that. I think we were supposed to put back Brainstorm and hide that. I'm not sure. Yep, there is a wasteland. Did you go for your Lurrus here? Oh, so they don't wait. They choose not to wasteland. Interesting. Makes me think they have what, like Spell Pierce or Spell Snare, maybe. Okay. I actually like them knowing we have Force here, because we aren't going to use the Force, but it's just something they know they will have to like play around. Do you swing here just to trade, because you can then replay the Goyf? I guess not. Okay, so this should be fairly doable because we have the Baleful Strix to sack to therapy. So let's name Force of Will. Daze and Delver and Ponder. Okay, so let's just take their days. All right. And let's go. Doesn't really matter, but we can just go like this. And let's let us brainstorm into Predict, LED. This is the old classic pile, and Edge of Autumn, and then put Thassa, and I guess doesn't matter. Could have been whatever. Blank. So we put blank and Thassa, and then these three. Put back Force of Will and Predict. Maintain priority and sack LED for blue. And cast Predict. Naming Force of Will. I guess I could have hidden a card. I could have made, like, in case they're like studying the deck list right now from our exile pile, but they already saw Uru. So let's bring in these 4 for sure. These 2 as well. These 3. And these 2. And I'll consider the Carpet of Flowers, but they play Bayou. Carpet might still be good enough. Let's see here. So we will cut some number of Force of Wills, probably 3. Cut some number of Dark Rituals, probably 3. We can cut a Petal. We might want to consider cutting a Doomsday, or actually let's cut 2 Doomsday. Let's cut the last Petal as well, or Ritual I mean. And so we're down to needing to cut 2 more cards. Maybe the last Force is just better without that, and I guess it's between an Astrolabe and a Preordain. Probably Preordain, because we want to be able to fetch basics and get to double green and stuff like so. The Astrolabes are pretty good. Okay, so that was nice to win game 1. They did mull to 5 though, so let's not feel too cocky about this. I think I will keep this. Sure. So they do not shuffle. Bobble. Don't show Oko. Don't show Oko. Okay, Thoughtseize. So there's a world where I Thoughtseize them here off the bayou. It risks us. One, it risks daze, but I don't hate daze, getting dazed. But it does risk them like wastelanding us. But we have another land, so I kind of like. Okay, so they have wasteland and they had daze. So I think we take the Force of Will. Yeah, let's take Force of Will. Them not dazing here makes me think they want to play their Tarmogoyf next turn, and then we can Fatal Push it, playing around daze. They might wasteland us here. It might be too tempting. And now their daze is pretty good, so that was sort of the drawback of that play. Oh, that was good for us. We still need to fetch a non-basic here if we want to push. I guess I don't hate that. Let's get Underground Sea here. And actually, maybe that was a mistake. No, I'm going to do it, but that also would have killed Lurrus, which they might get to cast next turn. No. Okay, so they wasteland us again, sure. The goose is loose, as the saying goes. Okay, so let's brainstorm here. Let's put back Thassa's Oracle and LED. I'm gonna fetch out Trop. I hope they don't have Stifle. Jeez, that'd be bad. Fetch out Trop here and Ponder and see if I can get them to bite with Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to. It's so tempting to get a predict going here, right? But I don't think I really want the other cards. And the setup might just, like, if we get taken off, if they have another wasteland, that's pretty bad. Plus, I think we really need to get to an Abrupt Decay to kill Lurrus. So now they have Lurrus mana. Sure. So they see Oko. That's annoying. So I would love to draw an Abrupt Decay right about now. Thank you. So let's put back basic island and underground sea, I guess. And we'll get underground sea and kill Lurrus. So if they get to hit a third wasteland, it's quite problematic because they can take us completely off black. Plus, we need the fourth land to be able to get Oko into play. And they know about Oko. Dark Confidant, sure. Okay, so that's a bit scary as well. Ye old Bob. So, this isn't the best, but it's not the worst. So let's start out by taking their days here. Okay, I am actually going to pay here. If they have another days, then that's fine. Okay, let's hope they don't also have a force of will. And let's also hope I'm not just dead now, because they are really putting a lot of meat on the table. Okay, so let's do like this. I think we pretty much have to play out both Baleful Strix here. I think they do have force. Sure. Okay, so Delver doesn't flip. Would they reveal another Delver? So we have to trade with whatever they present us with here, I think. Which is fine. So they play another Delver. 2 mana, okay, 2 more Delvers. Yikes. Okay, I'm not sure we can beat this. So oops, hang on, let's not play it wrong here. Let's go like this. And if we make a food token, then we still just lose if they flip the Delvers, so we kind of have to just hope they don't flip the Delvers. That's clever, potentially. Okay. Okay, so they flip. I'm just gonna let them actually do the work themselves and attack me and not Oko, but should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, alright. Yeah, they just drew too many threats for us this game. Still think I like this setup here. Alright, let's choose to be on the play. Yeah, this is fine, right? If we play out the forest, we telegraph pretty heavily that we're on Veil, so I think I'm actually not going to do that. I might get punished big time if we do get like Thoughtseize here. Alright, cool. I think we just pass. Maybe I'm supposed to play out the pedal. Never mind. Okay. I want to veil this. If you're them, you pretty much have to force here, right? We could brainstorm, but that plays into days. Plus, what am I protecting here? I think it's fine. They will likely take the decay. Yeah, I don't want to give them, like, if they're stuck on one land, they could daze it back and then, like, maximize their mana. Oh, okay, sure. Okay, so I guess I don't hate going for Uru here. All right. Surely you're not tapping out for Lurrus here, right? No, that makes sense. So do we play around Veil? I don't think we do. Oh, I should have done it. Terrible. Yeah. That was bad. Bad for us. We probably could have even, like, guessed that, right? Seeing as how, they were not doing anything last turn, we're one card away from having Threshold. Okay, so I think here our plan is to hopefully get to next turn and then play Uru from the graveyard. Yeah, that's fine. What is this? Come on, Magic Online. What did I misclick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drown in the loch? No, days. Okay, so they have double days, I guess. So the problem is, if they have double days, is that we're pretty far away from casting him again, right? And cracking this pedal also means we're pretty far away from actually casting Decay. Sorry, not Decay, Doomsday. I'm still going to do it. I think I like the value, though. Okay. So we will ship the turn. And so they must be just digging pretty hard to find something like a discard spell to take out this Decay from our hand. They choose not to shuffle. Yikes. Okay, Spell Bomb. Sure. That's obviously not so good for us. Did I know that was there? I think I did, yeah. Okay, we pass. We need to find Oko or Baleful Strix, I guess. Yeah, and now we're in trouble because now we're just super much in trouble. Super duper in trouble because we're just drawing the wrong half of our deck, pretty much. Taking too much damage, facing too many threats. And I mean, I can't decay the Dark Confidant because they'll just play Lurrus then and replay the Dark Confidant. Though actually, I might be able, or I might have to do it now, just to buy myself some time. So you know what we could do? We could play LED here. And then we can actually get to play the Euro. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. It means losing our Doomsday, but I don't think our spot gets better. So let's make blue, I guess. Come on, draw something good. Okay, so they have Decay for him. Sure. Hurry up and blow it up. I guess like drawing an Oko here would be pretty nuts. Yeah, Decay is not bad. It means we get to decay their Lurrus, but I still think we're like probably too far behind now. Especially if they drop a land here, so they could replay Dark Confidant, but it looks like they don't. Okay, so we'll decay Lurrus. Unfortunately, they didn't have available. Wow. Strong draw. Let's hope they can't answer him. Oh, they could. Too bad. Sure. Yep. Things are looking rough. So Delver will flip, guaranteed next turn. Bringing us to an effective 1 life. Spellbomb also gives some insurance against me drawing Uru. That is not a usable card. So, I think that's it, right? I don't see what we can draw. Like, maybe brainstorm into Strix's Fatal Push. Oh, never mind. What am I thinking? I was thinking I was at 7. That's no good. So that was Bug Delver, and we lost. Alright, let's go for the final match here. Hope we can get like a 3-2 record rather than a 2-3, go negative record. I like how this deck is played so far, though. I'm not hating it. I think yeah. Oh, it's another Zerda deck. So probably, actually, we can't afford to keep this, right? We can't keep that. Okay, we will keep this, and let's bin a land and a cantrip. And hope to draw like... So here's what we want. Ooh, what's this? Flooded Strand and Tormod Script? Interesting. So this might be like... I faced a Zerda deck once that was playing blue for like... that had Force of Will, I think. I'm not going to respect Wasteland. Let's... Yeah, now let's bottom these. Right. Cavern of Souls. Human? Okay. So is that for the Auriok Salvagers? Or something else? Okay, let's put back 2 lands. Let's duress them, and if need be, we will also pedal therapy them. Oh, it's Urza, right. So next turn they can play Karn, or they can play Urza, is that right? So Teferi doesn't really concern us all that much. So what does Urza do when he comes into play? He makes an artifact construct, and then you can tap an untapped artifact, make blue. You can tap 5 to search, shuffle, and then exile top and play it without paying for it. So you can just, like, if you get the mana combo on, you can just go infinite with him. So let's see. Next turn, they play Urza. And then they get a 1/1, or I guess a 2/2, a 3/3 artifact guy. And then they untap, and if they then... They're still a little bit of a ways away from actually being able to do anything with all this mana. They can't cast the Fox because this name's human. So let's say they draw a white source. They get the Fox into play, they make unlimited mana, but they can't cast Urza then. Not until the subsequent turn, in which case we... So I'm going to take Karn here, because that is a card we don't want down next turn. And I think I'm going to pass. And then if we draw a land next turn, we can Doomsday and Therapy on them on the same turn. So I guess an LED wins it for them here, right? Okay, so they drew a Cavern of Souls, so now they can play their Fox. Yeah, alright, this is the correct play for them, and this means that I can't win. I can't, rather, protect myself. So I think I am probably dead. I guess drawing a Dark Ritual, I should win. That should be enough to win it for me. But it pretty much has to be Dark Ritual. So that's not Dark Ritual. That was the land we needed, though. So let's see. We can Doomsday here, and then play the Petal and cast Ponder. But that doesn't achieve anything. So I think we have to hit like something pretty amazing. This isn't it. I think whatever we needed to do was it involved hitting Brainstorm. But yeah, I think we're just out. We are, right? Let's just see. So they untap, they cast their Fox. Oh, actually, hang on. Tap an untapped artifact you control to make blue. Okay, yeah, so they can use Urza's ability to tap this one and this one to make 2 blue. That will untap your Monolith. So we are out. I wonder if they have enough blue cards to play Force. I think they probably do, to be honest. So, Fatal Push, huh? It kills both Urza and the Fox, but only if I have a fetch land. Or is it just any card that goes to the graveyard, or it has to be from... If a permanent you control left... Yeah, so it has to be a Petal or a fetch land. So I don't think Baleful Strix really does anything here. And I don't think a lot of other stuff does things here. Maybe Oko, actually. Because it can, like, turn Urza into a dude. So yeah, maybe I'll try this. I'm not sure about the decays. Maybe in this last starter deck, decay felt like it played a role, so maybe I should have brought in some decays instead of like the Uru. Yeah, I think I needed to bring in decay actually. So what does this do? Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Excuse me, yawning here. It's a bit late. Okay, so they mulligan to 6. So I think I'm gonna cycle this Street Wraith here. I don't think our life total is gonna matter all that much. Let's play out the pedal. Retrofitter Foundry. Wow. So you create a servo, and you sacrifice a servo to create a Thopter, and then you sacrifice a Thopter. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I guess this is a force of will check. And they seem to have F6'd. So let's predict Thasaf. Drawing Unearth and Force of Will, I guess. And the last card can be Oko. Last 2 cards, so they don't see them. So we can go cast. So let me just make sure I have the 2 mana. Oh no, never mind. I need a mana to cast the Unearth. They have F6, so I don't think I'll need the Force of Will. So we will predict Thassa, drawing Unearth and Petal, and then yeah, let's do it like this. It's me banking pretty hard on them not having any interaction in their hand, but it certainly seems that way. Alright, cool. So maybe we do want some more abrupt decay. Maybe instead of Cabal Therapy. And maybe we don't need the Astrolapes. I know we're sort of on a lot of green, but we're not facing any sort of wastelands. I don't think, anyways. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, this is certainly keepable. I don't think I can get away from this hand. We can... I mean, on the play, it's better, of course. As it is, we will be... On turn 2, on their second turn, we will only have Force. On their first and second turn, we will only have Force of Will. But on their third turn, we will have Abrupt Decay. Oh, this makes me a bit scared. What's this? What does this guy do? It's that guy. Sure. So now that makes 2 mana. That's cute. Or does it? Does it have to be whenever you tap an online mana for an online prayer? Yeah, you tap this, right, to sack it. Yep. I think I'm supposed to fight over her. Hang on, let me just see. What did she do? Puts up across your library and choose. See, with her, you can like keep casting lotus petals from the graveyard. So she makes 2 mana basically. And eventually you can cast. You can just like cast something you milled or like rebuy stuff. So I think I am. Although she can be decayed. I think I'm gonna force. All right. Please don't kill me. Sure. So you need mana to do all these things, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're supposed to kill something on before we get the turn again, because the next turn we will be tapping out to cast Doomsday. So the question is, do we kill him? What's the worst that could happen is like they get the Fox into play off an LED next turn, but then they have to sack their hand, so it's not the end of the world. Whereas him, with him they can like get a second land into play, cast Grim Monolith, tap it for 8, or I guess 6. So I think I'm supposed to kill him. Okay, so, oh, that's interesting. So I think, so how do we win here? We go Dark Ritual, Doomsday, Edge into Brainstorm, or even Edge into Predict, actually. Yeah, we edge into Predict. We predict Thassa, and we draw. Okay, there's no way for us to draw both a blue card and Unearth and mana to cast Unearth. But we could also just go Doomsday, and then we could make a pile that has a blue card on top. I think I like that. Actually, maybe we are supposed to. So I will put Predict on top, and on their end step I will draw Predict with Edge, and I will predict Thassa, drawing like Force of Will and Unearth. and make my last card a petal. But why would it need to be a petal? It could just be a duress, I guess. I was gonna say maybe Thoughtseize, because that beats like what it's called, a Fairy Macabre. But it doesn't, right? Because it would be the last card we drew. I don't think I'm supposed to play around Fairy Macabre. Good, so we put Predict on top. We edge into Predict on their turn, sacking the Underground Sea. We predict away Thassa's Oracle. We draw Force of Will and Duress or Unearth, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that works. Actually, let's put Unearth on the bottom, then Duress, then Force of Will, then Thassa, then Predict. Okay, they just concede. Alright, cool. Let me just type that in here. So that was Zerda blue, I guess. And we won. Okay, I mean, that was fine. That was, so the losses we took were both to Lurrus decks, and I think the Miracles matchup was very close and felt pretty I didn't feel I was out of it. The Delver deck, I won the first game, but they mulled to 5. And it did feel close-ish, but I feel like probably it's just going to be very hard when they have Lurrus. Maybe when they don't have Lurrus, that changes. But yeah, I think all in all, I'm somewhat encouraged. I'm definitely gonna keep trying to explore this, I think. And let's just, to round things off here, see what's in that treasure chest, because no way I am not opening a treasure chest when it's just one of. Yes, come on. 7 new items. What is this? Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Jeez. Well, I have no idea if any of this is worth anything. But that's a Godzilla. This is just a quick thing here. I am completely against them doing stuff like this. I think it's completely like breaking the fourth wall. I'm not big on like role playing and stuff. I don't play Magic in real life wearing a wizard's hat or anything, but I do feel like some level of immersion for me matters. And for them to suddenly have like Godzilla is just, yeah, I don't know. It just it kind of ruins it a bit for me. So I'm kind of bummed that they went this route, and I'm not. I've heard a lot of people be really happy about it. People that like Godzilla and stuff, but I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. I don't suddenly want like a Gandalf card or whatever. Anyways, I think I will wrap it up here. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.